time rules. That's I'm gonna keep my phone out. It's for me. If I look at it, it'll keep me going. It's gonna be a little awkward, and don't worry, it'll only be 5 minutes. If you pretend like you like it, I might end a little sooner. So yeah, I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I've been in Florida for 8 years now. And since then, I've done like tons of Florida shit. I went to rehab 16 times. I overdosed and died 4 times. And my most recent conquest, I got a Mexican girl pregnant, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, thanks for no congrats. No, really, because I keep hearing now, like, hey, you know about this miracle of childbirth? And like, you know, everything's like, you know, oh man, it's a miracle. You know what these women are doing? And like, all I can think is like, the real miracle is if you shut the fuck up about it. Like, 'cause nothing I can do will ever be as terrible as having to give birth. Like, my hips fucked up, like everything, anything that I say now, it's like, yeah, but you haven't had a child. And I don't know. I'm an asshole, I guess. Like, I guess that's what I figured out. Yeah. The moment I figured out that I was gonna be a dad, though, like, I realized it like tested my liberalism, like, immediately. And like, cause I didn't even realize some shit was so fucking political. Like, I mean, you know, you don't have to raise your hand, but is anyone circumcised in here? Yeah, right? That's political. Yeah, we're arguing right now. You know, she's like, don't do it. It's mutilation. And I'm like, yo, like, mutilation, humiliation. The first thing a girl does when they're mad is like, your dick is small, you know? And it's like, if the baby has my dick and it's small, so they have this little sleeve over this tiny dick, like, I don't know, man. I don't want to do that to a kid, but for politics we might. I don't know. I hate most stereotypes about like being black. The worst one is like, you know, you must have a big ass dick, and I don't. I think I'll say that a lot. I don't. And I think, like, you know, there's the genre like BBC, like big black cock. I prefer, like, for me, it's like a BBCC, like it's a big black child cock. You know, like if this was like a 3rd grade thing you had, like, yeah, you know, like I was before Drake working them angles. Like, you know, on me, it's wild if I get the right angle. They're like, damn, that's 18 inches at least. And then I show up and I'm like, mad, you know? So, whatever. When I was younger, I have an older brother. We were one of those families who like shit with the door open and stuff. And I'd like pick on him before puberty. I'd be like, ew, dude, like your dick hangs into the toilet. What's wrong with you? Like, why you got that? You know, like I was just so mad at him all the time about it. And then like slowly, like I hit puberty and I was like, oh, yeah, no. And it took me a while, like, you know, kids make fun of each other. A kid was like, yeah, your dick's so small, you probably pee on your balls. And I was like, wait, you're not supposed to use your balls as like a ramp into the toilet? Like, I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I'm like, no, that's the thing. You like scrunch it up and pee it. All right. And so I was like, yeah, I probably do. What a weirdo. And, whatever. But you know, and then I realized the older I got, like, I used to think about like wanting a bigger dick often. And then I realized, like, you know what? Like, it's actually super hetero that I have a small dick. Like, the gayest thing possible is to want more dick. Like, you want a bigger dick? More dick? Okay, dude, stay over there, you know? Like, I'm cool with what I got, because I'm so straight. So, I don't know, God kind of blessed me in that way. Yeah, pretty weird. So, yeah. It's only been like 3 or 4 weeks we've known about this baby, so like I'm practicing like non-binary pronouns because you don't know if it's a girl or a boy, and like the ones I'm working on right now is like they better not have my dick or then niggas are gonna make fun of him. And yeah, that's pretty real. I think rather than have a gender reveal party, since the kid's gonna be like 40 different races, I want to wait till they're like 5 and have like a what's the word, like a privilege reveal, like, oh my god, he's white passing, he's gonna go to school, you know, like, yay, or like, hey, he kind of looks Puerto Rican, let's see if he's good at baseball, you know. So I don't know, we'll see what happens with that. And it's weird, like, you know, being a dad, because gonna be a dad, because like I passed for a lot of ethnicities I found out since moving to Florida. When I worked at the airport, people just like assumed I was shit I wasn't. They're just like, oh yeah, man, you know, speak to me in Spanish. And if there's one thing I realized is that, like, if I just lie and say, like, you know, they're like, hey, dude, you're Dominican, right? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And they're like, why don't you speak Spanish? I'm like, oh, my dad left my mom. They're like, oh, fucking Dominicans. I know. And, like, if I don't say what race I am, they'll just fill in theirs and be like, oh, fucking Puerto Rican dads. Oh, Ecuadorian dads. And I'm just like, fuck, man, all dads suck, you know? So that's scary, because I'm like, damn, no matter what I do, I'm probably screwed up. I had to be funny growing up, you know, like mixed race, talking like this. In the South, there like really wasn't a lot of time to not be, you know, like funny to people, because I had to like get ahead of it. But sometimes I get like too excited to like make sure people knew, like, you know, I'm part white, you know. And one time I was in middle school, we were learning about World War II, and as soon as we started, at the beginning of the lesson, I'm like, oh, I'm part German, you know. And class went on, and then they got to Hitler, and the other black dude in the class turned to me, and like, you know, he's doing that kid thing where you can tell he's about to say something, and the teacher's talking, he's just like, nigger Nazi, and I'm like, oh shit, and it stunned me, and everyone in the class is like pointing, and they're like, you know, and so, you know, kids do that thing where your friends decide you're gonna fight the other kid, and they're like, yo, he did that, like.